some breaking news to bring you from the world of football, because Sky News understands that Gary Lineker is leaving Match of the Day at the end of the season. However, he will stay on to present the BBC's 2026 Men's World Cup coverage. So that news that Gary Lineker deciding to leave Match of the Day at the end of the season. We can go to our sports correspondent, Rob Harris, now. Rob, this is big news. What more can you tell us?
It is. Gary Lineker's presented Match of the Day since 1999, a face of football for so many, but Sky News does understand that this will be Gary Lineker's last season presenting Match of the Day. He is due to continue presenting live coverage of the FA Cup and indeed the 2026 Men's World Cup for the BBC. He also might have other future projects with them still, but confirming a report first in The Sun that Gary Lineker is to stand down from the show that so many, they've spent their lives watching, with him presenting the Premier League highlights on a Saturday night. Now, of course, he very controversially did not present one episode last year when he was taken off the air for criticising the then government's policy on immigration. It led to a huge storm, with various presenters and commentators also refusing then to take part in the BBC's coverage, leading to the silencing a lot of their coverage that weekend. And that really reflected some of the friction perhaps within the BBC towards its star presenter, particularly his very political tweets that would run into conflict with some of the BBC's social media policies, according to some. So that caused issue as well during the Euros just now in Germany in the summer. His criticism of the England team on his own podcast also created some concern, apparently, in and around football, as Lineker was presenting coverage on the BBC separately. And it's actually his growing podcast business, which is one of the reasons why he actually has quite a bright future beyond Match of the Day. He's built up Goalhanger Productions over the years, which now produces some of the biggest podcasts in the country, not just, of course, on football. The rest is football, but also the rest is politics. The rest is history. They are amongst the top podcasts in the country, making Gary Lineker a fortune, and that is a business he'll be focusing on. But from next season, the BBC will be needing a new presenter of its flagship Match of the Day programme. So many names will obviously start to be discussed in-house. They have the likes of Mark Chapman and Gabby Logan as well. There's also Kelly Cates, who's a potential contender to be the next Match of the Day presenter as well. But a big decision for the BBC, and for many, a figure who's been quite divisive, but certainly someone who's turned a hugely successful footballing career for England, Tottenham Hotspur and Barcelona into a stellar one, presenting football on the BBC.